Welcome back to Wimbledon. Susie Colbert, Luke Jensen. On the first Monday of Wimbledon, the defending champ was knocked off. On the second Monday of Wimbledon, the world #1 gets knocked off. About 3 hours ago, we were talking about Agassi's strategy to beat that big serve of Mark Philippoussis. What went wrong?
Well, I don't think anything went wrong for Andre Agassi. It was Mark Philippoussis was Roger Clemens throwing that heat. And Andre Agassi was the Babe Ruth, and couldn't find the ball. The pitcher is always going to beat the hitter if the pitcher is on, and the pitcher was on.
Well, let's boil it all down to about a minute of how Philippoussis beat Agassi. Agassi up 2-1, and here he is in the fourth set.
Andre Agassi is going to move well, he's going to keep the ball in the corners, but it was Mark Philippoussis so solid with the serving and very solid with the baseline play.
He evened it up at 2 sets all. Fifth set, Agassi serving at 3-all, break point for Philippoussis. And the unforced error for Andre.
Usually he owns that backhand down the line, but the nice slice backhand threw him off.
Philippoussis up a break. Serves, and it's the great server against the great returner, and sometimes it worked for Andre, but the serve was just too much.
Look at how Mark Philippoussis opens those shoulders and then accelerates through. The release point was perfect. Ooh. Ooh.
How about 46 aces to tie a Wimbledon record?
He wasn't that effective with the volleys, but when do you need the volley?
It's the first match point here for Philippoussis.
3-2.
And you can feel the joy.
2-6, 6-7.
85 winners. He gets in 64% of his first serves. 23 forehand winners to Agassi's 16. That's just not going to get it done. And virtually even on ground stroke winners, 34 and 36. 18 break points. Philippoussis only won 3, just 1 per set. When you consider he's had 3 knee surgeries in 14 months, he's feeling good.
I think, the great thing about on the serve, you've got the ball in your hands, so you can take your time, no one can rush you, and you're in control. And today I had great rhythm out there and made life a lot easier for me. Even on the second serves, and I went for him, and against a guy like Andre, you have to. You can't kick the ball in and expect to run in and serve and volley. He's, like you said, is one of the best returners in the world, if not the best returner, and you have to take some chances, and I took some chances, and today paid off.
The good news in it is that you get to go home to your family, and you get to sort of regroup, and you get to get out again and keep trying, and hopefully make something special happen. If something special happened all the time, it wouldn't be so special. So try to keep it in perspective.
Andre keeping everything in perspective, and who will Philippoussis face? The short or the tall of it? Olivier Rochus or Alexander Pop? Talk about long and short. 5-5 taking on 6-7. Fourth set, Rochus serving in the far court.
Rochus tried to keep the ball, again, into the corners like on that volley. A very well-rounded player. And Pop, a tall guy, doesn't come in that much, even with a big serve. Very good off the ground. Great feel on the two-hand backhand. Nice forehand cross-court, comes in and knocks off the volley, and that's the match.
So Pop takes it in 4 sets. Plays in his second Wimbledon and into the quarterfinals again with 12 aces. He gets in 65% of his first serves, wins 74% of those points. 47 winners for Alexander Pop, who will face Mark Philippoussis. And the last British hope, Tim Henman, against last year's finalist David Nalbandian. And first set, Henman break point at 3-2.
Well, Henman smelled blood in the stats because Nalbandian only wins about 40% of his second serve points. And Henman's going to charge. He's going to be in. Come on, Tim. Love it.
Henman wins the first set 6-2. In the third, 1-all.
It was so crucial for Tim to get a high percentage of first serves in and then come in behind good, solid approach shots and volley wins.
Henman took the third set 7-5.
Attitude for Tim Henman because he knows he's playing a very difficult opponent. All-court player, footwork was everything. Nalbandian, a finalist here last year, doesn't panic too much, trying to get the ball into the corners with pace. Henman neutralizing with the slice backhand, and that's it.
A little more drama for Tim Henman as he finally puts the period on the match and takes it in 4 sets just before nightfall. 70 of 102 at net, 74 winners, only 21 unforced errors. Tim Henman, 7th time into the quarters.
I think the crowd support has always been pretty incredible here. But they choose their moments as well, because I think as we're getting pretty late there and everyone's eager to finish the match off. They gave me such a lift, and it's a pleasure to play in an atmosphere like that. But with regards to expectations, I don't think they've changed.
Well, Henman's in, but he's going to have to wait to see who he faces in the quarterfinals. Sebastian Grosjean leading Juan Carlos Ferrero. The match suspended after 3 sets. So there's Henman, he awaits, and Pop Philippoussis at the bottom half of that draw. When we come back, we'll take a look at the top of the draw. Andy Roddick is the last American hope. We'll be right back. Documented the top half of the men's draw. Andre Agassi is out. Andy Roddick remains. His game has just been at a totally different level here at Wimbledon. But what does Paradon Srichaphan present that no one else has?
Well, balance. And when you look at balance, you got to look at this guy who can bring a nice slice backhand to the mix. He can come to the net, nice percentage first serves, and he's got this youthful plainness to him that he loves to be on the big courts, and he's going to play well today.
How different does his emotional level look?
Well, I think Brad Gilbert has got him so in tune with everything. I mean, Brad Gilbert's got Andy Roddick hitting to the corners, hitting his A game, the big serve, big forehand, and mentally the outlook of Andy Roddick is so positive that a month ago, this guy is ready to win this tournament.
Does the strategy have to change at this point, or do you just keep on doing what you're doing?
Keep on bringing the A game. You run the Lombardi sweep. You hit that big serve, that big second serve, hit the forehand. If it doesn't work, pack your bags and go home.
All right, let's see how Andy Roddick got it done against Paradon Srichaphan in the round of 16.
See, once again, Srichaphan very athletic right away. Coming to the net, that's typical grass court play, and there's Andy Roddick exploding. But I like the balance and the footwork to that backhand.
And Roddick takes the first set, second set.
That's not only a big forehand, but it's so directed inside. Oh, Metallica outlook. Look at this. St. Anger hat. Feel off the backhand volley. Nice.
You have to say Brad Gilbert has had the touch. Roddick won the 3rd set, and here he is wrapping it up in the 4th.
And that's good. See the combination. Serve, big forehand.
6-4, 3-6,
Showing
6-3,
nice sportsmanship at the end of this match. Roddick asked what it takes to be a champion. He said, I don't know. Ask me in 6 days. Roddick averaged 126 miles per hour on his first serve, 102 on the second. Roddick coming in more to net, 24 of 29 at net. He wins 88% of his first serve points. He's never made it past the 3rd round. He's into the quarters.
He definitely had the momentum going with him in the 2nd set, and then early on in the 3rd, I was fighting off some break points early, and he got through that, and then he kind of played a loose game there to give me the break in the 3rd, and I took over and won the 3rd and played really well in the 4th set.
How about the beast, Max Mirny, with the big serve against the big returner, Jonas Bjorkman.
Jonas Bjorkman is ranked as high as number 4 in the world in '97, and then through a bunch of injuries kind of fell off the pace. He's always been a good doubles player, but he was very confident going into this round.
Battling it out here in the 4th set tiebreak.
Bjorkman, the shorter guy, and there he is, the Swede. But he took the return of serve to the next level. Watch this. Short back swing to the point, and then the great fork. Watch this. Gets Max on the ground and puts him down.
This one was a battle. Match point.
Oh, yeah, the scissor kick.
That's getting some hops, and this reaction is what Wimbledon is all about.
Every dream, every workout to get to this point. Yeah, darn right, buddy.
He calls
You're moving
himself the Swedish Viking. Bjorkman sits down in the chair, still shaking.
Hours and hours.
At
Sorry.
age 31, he moves on. He says it's nice to see the older guys doing so well. He breaks Mjorny 4 times. Bjorkman gets in 67% of his first serves, 96 winners, only 23 unforced errors. Roger Federer knocks off Feliciano Lopez. In 4 matches, Federer has only made 62 unforced errors. That's an average of 15 to 16 per match. That's pretty darn good. 189 winners. So let's see how this half of the draw plays out. Bjorkman will face Roddick, and Federer takes on Shang Shalkin. Competitive all the way around. Someone is going to win Wimbledon who has never won Wimbledon before. How does that change the attitude in the locker room?
When Agassi went down, we had happy, shiny people seeing their name on that trophy for the first time. Guys with big serves, guys with big returns, and guys with heart and guts looking to take this championship. It's wide open. It is so wide open right now. It's amazing.
Andy Roddick, no doubt on a roll. What does he have to do to go all the way?
Brad Gilbert has to instill in him confidence. I'm not worried about the end. I'm worried about the next round. I want you keeping that serve at a high level. I want your mentality point to point. I don't care if you lose a set or lose a point here and there. Keep it solid. Keep it simple, and you can do it.
Can you remember a tournament top to bottom that's been this competitive, men's side, women's side?
So much balance. The fans are so lucky to see such a high quality of tennis. The serving side, the return side, the work ethic these players are not only doing on the match court, but the practice court, really fine-tuning their games. I love watching this tournament.
So much quality tennis, but only one can be our point of the day. It's our Cadillac Royal Point, and it belongs to the Scud, Mark Philippoussis. Just look at Andre's face. He knows what's coming.
Watch Andre Agassi. Don't watch Philippoussis. Now, that was a bad bounce. Watch Agassi set. This is the best returner maybe in the history of the game. He's going the other way. It's like in football when a DB is totally faked out, but that's usually a rookie, not a veteran like Agassi. Look, he's going nowhere. You know, Cadillacs have a lot of, power in their engines. So does Philippoussis.